Gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temini Kolayo and I am a product manager. So if you are just joining us, thank you, thank you, thank you. We do beautiful things here. We talk so much about product management and we learn a lot from each other. And if you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I sincerely do appreciate it. We are 145. Woo! Shout out to us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I sincerely do appreciate you guys. Over the week from our last video, I got a comment from John Lindsay. I hope I'm correct. Lindsay, I think. So he sent me a message on Slack that he watched the video and it actually prompted him to have this discussion with his team members to review their processes and all of that. And that was like a very good one, to be honest. He's not even a product manager, he's a business development manager. So you see, it is actually, we had this video where we did differences between product manager, business analyst, and project manager, right? So that is it is universal. Some of those things are just universal. So we were just talking and he asked, oh, so what industry are you currently in? And I told him, okay, this is where I'm currently at. And these are some of the things that I've done. These are some of the products I've worked on, I've managed. And it was like, okay, so what's the differences in all of this industry? Like, are they the same? What stays and what changes? And I just thought about it like, you know what? People actually need to understand some of those processes, what changes and what remain. And that prompted me also to come up with this video. Like, let's talk about product management across different industries. So what changes and what doesn't change? Do you get? So let's get into it. Now, imagine that a product manager at Netflix and a product manager at Tesla walk into a meeting room. It's actually a fascinating comparison looking at it. So today we are going to be talking about product management across industry and more importantly, what stays exactly the same. So let's just look at some of this thing. Product management, you know, I'm always saying it's like a Swiss Army knife. It's always very versatile, but you need to know which tool to use when. I have a video on tools and skills. You will always go back to that video, to be honest, to understand some of these practices. Now, let's say we want to understand the execution of product management across these industries. So let's just get into it. Now, the first one is the universal call. Do you understand? The universal call. If you want to understand something, you want to understand like the DNA of product management. So whether you are building rocket ship or you are doing mobile applications, product management is software or hardware. It's either hardware product or software products. So whether you are building rocket ships or mobile applications, you are still doing product management. So now there are some things that you need to understand across different industries. One, the first one is customer obsession. Every great product manager, either from fintech to fashion, you start with the same question. What problem are we actually solving for real people? It is, you will hear from every product manager, I don't know what industry they are. That question is always there. Like, what are we trying to solve? What are we trying to do? So a PM at Airbnb might be worrying about host experience, and a PM at John Deere thinking about farmer efficiency. They are both customer obsessed. Do you get? But just with different customers. So either Airbnb, agri-tech, all of us, we shall want customers. That is what we want. We want users. Now, another thing is data-driven decision making. You have to use data. Product manager in this one or this one, everybody, whether you are A/B testing button colors at Google or you are analyzing crop yield data at an agri-tech, see, you are still using evidence to make better decisions. So the metrics change, but the mindset doesn't. The metrics you are going to get from probably a fintech industry will be different from an agri-tech industry, but your mindset is still the same. You want to get metrics. Now, the other one is cross-functional leadership. So PMs everywhere are the CEO of the product without actually being anyone's boss. During my Scrum Master training, we were asked this question that, can a product manager fire or sack anyone on his or her development team? I want you to answer that question. As a product manager, can you fire anyone on your team? So just drop the comments. below. So if you as a product manager, you are still working with different cross-functional team. You are talking to your engineers, you are influencing your designers, your marketers, and your sales teams, regardless of whether you are launching a new gaming feature or a medical device. You are still talking to the same development team. The other part is strategic thinking. Every PM has to balance short-term wins and long-term vision. So that skill translates everywhere. So your short-term win and your long-term vision, everybody's thinking short-term and long-term. Whatever industry you are working in, you are thinking short-term and you're also thinking long-term. We are all the same. It's just that we are in different industries. Now let's look at industry specific variations. If this is where it actually gets interesting, and this is where most people actually get the culture shock when they switch industry. Like they're like shocked and like, okay, but let's look at it. So let's look at regulatory environment. If it is fintech versus gaming in regulatory environments, this is what will happen. A PM at a cryptocurrency exchange spends half their time thinking about compliance. They are thinking about regulatory approvals. They're also thinking about legal requirements. SEC is on their neck. Like, okay, so what are you guys? We want to see what this product is about, and let us see that they've not done what they are meant to do and all of that. Meanwhile, a PM at Epic Games is focused on player engagement. You are looking at monetization strategies. It's the same skill set, but completely different constraints. Do you understand now? So they are still look doing the same product management, different environments, but different what's it called now? Different metrics in those environments. Do you understand? Now let's look at healthcare versus social media. I did a research and I saw that at Johnson and Johnson, a single product decision might require FDA approval and take years to implement. You that you are thinking, I just want to go and build products, I just want to launch. If you find yourself in an healthcare environment, that idea, that beautiful idea, you have to go through several approvals before you can even launch one feature. So, but if you are in TikTok, if you are a product manager, a TikTok product manager, you can put features and iterate daily now. We are all vibing on that application. So the regulatory burden fundamentally changes your product development cycle. It is flexible for TikTok. It is not flexible for healthcare. Do you understand? That is how it works. Now let's look at customer acquisition and retention. A B2B enterprise versus consumer apps. B2B is business to business. So we have business to business, we have business to consumers or customers. So B2C, B2B, and several other enterprise like that. So now let's look at B2B enterprise versus consumer application. If you are managing products at Salesforce, you are thinking about 6-month sales cycles, you are thinking about enterprise contracts and customer success teams. Those are your focus points. But if you are a PM, Snapchat product manager, you're optimizing for viral loops and daily active user. The customer journey looks completely different. They are like you are trying to retain customers, right? But the processes, it is entirely the journey to getting those customers. How you get them is different. So do you understand how the industry thing, how it works? Now let's look at subscription versus transactional. A Netflix product manager, you obsess over churn rates and content engagement to keep subscribers. Why an Amazon product manager will just focus on conversion rates and repeat purchases. Different business models, but different success metrics. What metrics mean to somebody at let's say Salesforce or Netflix is different from what success mean to me if I'm a product manager at Amazon. So do you get me now? And let's look at development speed and risk tolerance. Okay, let's compare these two industries, automotive versus tech startups. So let's say you're a product manager at Ford. You might work on a feature that won't see the road, that will not come to limelight for 3 to 5 years because safety and reliability are not negotiable. You cannot just come and say, oh, this thing, we have to develop this particular feature in the next 1 month. You'll be in incubator stage. You'll be testing that application. You'll be testing that feature to see people's life. You don't want to just risk people's life because you're excited to push out anything. So that thing might be in testing phase for 3 to 5 years. There is actually one application that was launched a few months ago here in Nigeria, and the founder said that they were there for 12 months plus testing that application to be sure that nothing is going to happen to that application. Now let's look at a product manager at a Y Combinator startup. You are shipping twice a week because speed to market is everything. If you do not do that thing, well, your competitor, they've already done it. Your users are switching applications to go and join that I mean, to go and join your competitor because they have what you are not ready to give. So if it is different if you are in this industry and this industry. Now let's compare financial services and e-commerce. You see, one bug in banking software, I have experience working in the banking industry. So one bug in the banking software can cost that organization millions of naira or dollar and break regulatory compliance. And that would lead to the closure of that particular, just one bug, one issue, one comb that somebody did not put can cause that banking industry to go down, that particular bank to go down, to close shop. They retired. But in an e-commerce application, right, recommendation engine might just show, and your product suggestion, probably they will start merging together. If anything, if there is a bug on the application, maybe you're not able to check out, you're not able to like place order, so the stakes change everything. For banking industry, the stake is higher. For an e-commerce application, it is not that high as the banking industry. So do you understand now? Let's look at this real world example. So let's look at Tesla versus Toyota. They are both automotive. They are both automotive products, but their PM approaches are polar opposites. At least you say, oh, maybe it is car. We are driving car, right? It's not just car. So a PM at Tesla, they operate like tech company product managers. Vibe. So they push over the air updates. They experiment with features through their fleets and can literally change your car's behavior overnight. Today you see something and tomorrow that thing is not there. So they are comfortable with better testing on customers because their audience expects innovation. The car is there to like raise the way you think. It's meant to wow you. That car is meant to give you like woo, that kind of experience. But it's not the same for Toyota. Please. So Toyota PM, they follow decades of refined processes. There is already stated rules. This is how it is going to go. You cannot just come and say, no, we want to do it this way. Hello? We want to do it which way? So they spend years testing every component because their brand promise is reliability. So a Toyota PM is not necessarily slower. They are just optimizing for different outcome. It's the same industry, totally different product philosophies. It is Tesla car, it is Toyota car. But different philosophies. You cannot just go and start changing something overnight at Toyota. No, there are refined processes. There are decades of refined processes. There are rules written down. This is how you do from year to year. This is how long this thing must be in test phase. So it's not just oh, it's the same industry. We can do the same thing. No. Now let's compare Zoom versus Slack. If you know Zoom and Slack, they are both workplace communication tools, but the PM focus is completely different. If a PM at Zoom, right, you would be looking at optimizing for connection quality, ease of use, and scalability. I know that some people still do not, they would rather you do probably Google Meet over Zoom, right? And it's because of some of this constraints they have using that application, right? So their key metrics at Zoom are call quality, connection rates, and how quickly someone can join a meeting. But if you are looking at Slack, if you're a product manager at Slack, you are not optimizing for connection quality, you're optimizing for engagement, you're optimizing for workflow integration and team productivity, because it's like a work tool. It's similar to Teams, like everybody is on that application to, that's where they work from. That's their work from application. So they care about messages sent, they care about time spent in app, and how where they integrate with other tools. So it is similar space, but different value proposition driving different product decisions. So now let's compare fitness application. Let's look at Peloton versus Nike. Now, they are both fitness applications. I've had to use different fitness applications, download fitness application to compare them. Sometimes I think beyond user interface, the UI, and I want to go deeper into the US, which is the user experience. Sometimes it can even be the UI. I like the color black. My favorite color is black. And this application is black. I am so biased. I would download the application that has black color over probably your application that has blue. So they are both fitness app, but widely different approaches. For Peloton PMs, right, you manage a hardware software ecosystem. You know, I mentioned products being hardware and software. So Peloton, they are like a combination of both hardware and the software ecosystem. So they are thinking about bike manufacturing, they are thinking about content creation, they are thinking about subscription services and community features all at once. So the bike manufacturing is the hardware part, while the content, subscription, and community features are like the software components of that organization. So it's like being a PM for four different companies. You are doing like four different products just in one organization. Welcome to Nigeria. But if it's a Nike product manager, right, you are working on digital products focused on brand experience, athlete performance data, and connecting digital experiences to physical products. It is still hardware software, but they are enhancing an existing brand rather than creating an entire different ecosystem. So can you see the differences between all of those products? Even when they offer the same services, there's still a value proposition that makes A different from B. Let's look at skills that transfer versus skills that you need to learn. This is where the focus points should actually be. Now, let's look at universal skills that transfer. For example, if you are pivoting into a new industry, what are some of those skills that you already have in industry A that you can carry like your bag to industry B? So one of them is user research and empathy. You do user research now. You will do user research. That one is settled. You're always going to carry out user research and empathy. Haha, you must have empathy, oh my darling. You must have empathy. The other one is prioritization frameworks. We have a video on prioritization framework. You will prioritize what feature goes out before what feature. You have to always do that on all of your products, whatever industry you find yourself. So you're also going to do prioritization. You also do road mapping. You have to plan your roadmap. It is the same. Those are skills that you must understand that, oh, they go from point A to point B. Stakeholder management. You will talk to people now. You will talk to stakeholder. You are not going to go and engage with ghost in industry B. Your stakeholder, there are stakeholders on that application in that new industry. So yes, you have to manage stakeholders. The next one is basic data analysis. Like I said, whatever products, agri-tech, health tech, e-commerce, fintech, you want to work with data. So you still need to understand basic data analysis and communication and presentation skills. You talk to your development team, you are going to influence your designers, your engineering team, everybody. You communicate, guys, oh, this is the new thing that they brought today. You communicate now. So those are skills that, and you also do presentation. Oh, guys, so I want to show you some of the things, some of the research, some of the that I've been able to like work on, come up with. Let's look at it. You will present to your team members, and you also present to your stakeholders. You also present to your customers. So those are non-negotiable. You carry them along. Now let's look at industry-specific skills that you will need. So if you are going from point A to, let's say, fintech, if you are moving from health tech to fintech, you have to learn regulatory frameworks. You need to learn compliance requirements and also understand financial product mechanics. You need to understand that industry. Okay, what is fintech? How is it different from traditional banking? Industries? You need to understand those things. Now, if you are going into, let's say you are jumping into healthcare, welcome on board. You need to understand clinical workflows. You need to understand clinical workflows, FDA processes, healthcare economics. What are some of the regulatory bodies in healthcare? Like, what changes, what do they do, what are the impacts, what are their effects on my products? You need to also understand that. And if you are going into gaming, although I've never worked on any product, gaming product, but I asked my friend and she said, oh, you need to be able to study player psychology, monetization strategies, and also community management. Monetization strategy, as they are playing Candy Crush now. Is there anyone that do buy all those gold stuff on Candy Crush? Sorry, confession, I do pay. So you need to understand monetization strategies. I hope there is also people in this world that also do pay for those gold bars. So yes, monetization strategy and also community engagement. We are doing what's it called now? Leaderboard is gamified. We want to, who is going to be the first person? You know, all of those things. You have to understand them. So if you are entering B2B enterprise, you have to master sales processes, customer success metrics, and also enterprise buying circles. You need to understand those things. And the good news is that the core PM skills give you a foundation to learn this faster than someone starting from scratch. So if you've already worked in this industry, you will have leverage over someone that is just starting from the scratch, that don't even have any experience. And here is my practical advice for if you are transitioning, or if you are hiring, or you want to remain in your industry. So if you are staying in your industry, I would say don't get too comfortable. The world is changing, really. Tech is changing. Before, I mean, even till now, we have growth product manager, we have data product manager, we have fintech product, like, and presently the rave is around AI product manager. So don't get too comfortable. I would say that look at how other industries solve similar problems. Some of the best product innovations, right? They come from cross-pollinating ideas between sectors. So don't get too comfortable. And if you are switching industries, I want you to do your homework. Spend time understanding the industry fundamentals before you interview. You already got the job interview invites. Why don't you want to go and research on that organization? Look at the organization. What are they doing? Compare it to other in the organization. Look at what they are doing. The same thing, but probably different value proposition. What is this organization doing? What is this organization? You need to do your homework. Also, find translatable wins, because for example, if you are like a badass e-commerce product manager and you've done xyz, you should be able to talk about that experience. Frame your past experience in terms that matter to your new industry. Tell them about those wins you got from this particular industry and what that win will mean to this new industry. Sell yourself very well. Sell yourself. Don't belittle yourself. The third thing is that you should embrace beginner's mind. So your outsider perspective is valuable, but respect institutional knowledge. You see that new industry that you are going, even if they have intern in that particular industry, the intern can tell you so many things about that industry because you are new to it. So stop raising your shoulder and say, no, I'm an exceptional healthcare product manager. And no, it is fintech you are coming. Don't come and browse here. You don't know it. You're a beginner. You're an intern. So you should just relax, be open-minded, try to learn from people. And the other one is network inside the industry. We have so many product management channels on Slack. You can join anyone, connect with PMs already working there to understand the unwritten rules. And also just ask question. Oh, I am XYZ. I've been working XYZ years in this particular industry, but now I'm transitioning into this particular industry. I want to make friends in this industry. Like, be open-minded, to be honest. Network, talk to people. And also, if you're hiring PMs from other industry, I get that now it's a bit relaxed. Before they will tell you that if you don't have experience in this industry, don't even bother applying. And I get it. If you are coming from healthcare to fintech, they don't want you to come and press control spoil in their application because we will pay for that. So I get it, but I feel like a great PM with curiosity and adaptability will outperform a PM that doesn't even have any knowledge. Every time, if they don't have industry knowledge, someone that already have like industry knowledge, you can still consider that person. So always look for strong fundamentals over industry experience. The bottom line is product management is like being a translator between customer needs and business capabilities. The language might change between industries, whether you are speaking regulatory compliance in healthcare or user engagement in social media, but the core translation skills remain the same. So the most successful PMs I know are not necessarily the ones who stay in one industry their whole career. Shout out to Sheyi, my friend. Sheyi has gone through several industries, really. And I know that probably the last industry before this new industry was so strange to her, but she was able to get there, check their processes, and she was able to adapt. Do you get? So they are the ones who understand these fundamental principles and can adapt them to any context. They understand that, okay, this is where I am presently. I need to understand the principle. I need to adapt quickly to what they are doing in that industry. So whether you are managing products for space exploration or social networking, you are still solving human problems with technology. That is what we are all doing. So the constraints and opportunities, they change, but that core mission remains the same. It is universal. So what industry are you working in as a PM, and what's the biggest challenge you face that might be unique to your space? Or if you've gone from one industry to the other, what was it like transitioning from this industry? You can just drop a comment for us. I read every single one, and your questions often become the basis for future videos. You never can tell. And if this video helped clarify the PM landscape for you. Now you understand better what this particular PM, what they do in this industry, and what is different in this industry. You know what to do. Press like it. You see, like that thing that is like this, press it. So like and subscribe for more product management insights. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I am really, really grateful that you are still here with me. And until I see you next week, have a beautiful, 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 fabulous week. Bye.